watching video games through them. So that's tough, chat, but you have the gamers to blame.
It's fine. I know all of you are subbed, and if you're not, hey, when you sub, make sure you let us know where you want.
It is September after all.
Into the match arena. Yeah, they gave us a hype train 2 weeks ago, didn't they?
It was a crazy hype train. I ain't gonna lie to you, mate.
Why were you Australian for that?
It's a thing that anyway. Whatever.
It's a thing that
let's not
anyway.
Yeah.
Losers finals.
Right, exactly. You read my mind. Well done.
Well, iDom is sitting pretty right now, having Bryan-D locked down in the corner and that life lead, but that back throw is hugely important here for Bryan, who, yeah, they want to be the aggressor a little bit, and maybe they overplayed their hand a smidge, as iDom is going to be able to close out that round. I was about to say, Bryan gets the whole stage worth of real estate to just back up and slowly try to earn a lead for himself, but no, chooses to continue to be the aggressor.
Yeah, if DI isn't represented here, then Bryan-D might be taking a trip out of the tournament. And I say that just because those have been two integral parts of like his gameplay, win or lose, right? The losing side being like, oh, like I continuously keep getting jumped on, but the winning side being like, hey, I got DI at the very last minute, so here we go. Like now I can get a full combo at the most opportune times, but gonna be in burnout here, so throwing a projectile may be ill-advised right now. And I say that because, you know, iDom has been real privy to jumping against projectiles. And oh my god,
oh no, both in burnout. Flash kick. Now Bryan-D out of burnout, chooses to cash out the level 2. Smart decision, gonna be able to force this issue. iDom has to be afraid of when to jump. You can only block an additional 1, and it's not gonna be enough. 1 round apiece. Continuing to press forward here slowly as iDom sitting at 4 medals and still at 3 bars. Bryan had to spend that level 2, which, you know, it's great that it secured him the round, but going into this next one with a resource disadvantage actually makes that early damage that he just earned great. But iDom with a huge jump in, cashing out the level 3, gonna be able to secure a life lead and the drive gauge advantage. I expect iDom's gonna be very aggressive now, and indeed he does, but his turn is not quite long enough to keep Bryan very scared of burnout.
Right, and Bryan has no problem trading with these Aaron hits, and now level 2, not going to do it yet, and trying to move forward on that and letting go of block. iDom going to get hit, and Bryan-D 1 game up, and iDom trying that aggressive approach, but just can't match the trades with Bryan-D.
It's tough, and like even the trades are going one way, but I think it's just that Guile is much more effective at generating opportunities to earn damage from neutral. So what's happening is once they reset to neutral, it just seems like it's going Guile's way more frequently. Because it's not like before, as I say all of that, and iDom is just absolutely cooking in this round. One more touch is going to be able to do it, so I'll finish my thought after as the counter poke works out. What I was going to say is it's not like previous games where the zoner was just sort of reliant on pokes working out and fireballs. But with Drive Rush behind the fireball, if Bryan wants to put the pedal to the metal, he can.
Yeah, and he's been, and you know what, actually, against a character that you kind of know what they want to do, and they only have one way around projectiles, like that, oh my goodness, here we go, level 5 grab, and that took an egregious amount of life.
It was a punish counter on top of just the raw level 5 damage, and that is a grand equalizer. 1 game apiece now. Bryan-D versus iDom in what is once again our losers finals for the evening. Winner earns the opportunity to move forward and play against Crossover RD, who was pretty dominant in that winner's side of winners finals. And Bryan not faring too well right now, but iDom miscalculates the spacing on the command grabbing. It's punished heavily for it, right back to mid-screen, and the life just shy of even.
We go a little upside down kick, trying to keep them at the right. They're trying to keep them right outside of that distance, like outside that distance of upside down kick, where they can charge booms and make them commit to something like a jump.
That was weird looking.
That was bizarre, like, yeah.
Right? Like he threw her parry.
Yeah.
Jumping goes unchecked. DI.
There we go.
This is still doable for iDom, but not if you eat that crouching jab. Bryan secures the first round here in game 3.
Yeah, Bryan is he completely understands like the spacing, and as I say that, drive rush into command throw right there, and iDom with 3 medals, and we've seen how dangerous he can get. He just needs 2 more of those. We can really start cooking, and technically this is a pistol round if you're iDom and is willing to use all the resources to score this command grab and not get the kill just yet.
Yeah, the hit grab, the scaling on it can be a bit intense, but being at 4 medals now, a big deal. Wake up jab, still has the Game Shark installed. Tried and true there for iDom. 1 round apiece now, and like we were saying, the medal count there for iDom looking great. It can be so detrimental to get caught out for a big punish here, so Bryan does have to be careful. Into the level 2 only.
No, I like the idea of having a wake up option, and gets 5 medals, and this next command grab kills. You gotta watch the strike throw on this.
Tech throw just wants to surrender space as slowly as possible. Is there gonna be a reset? No, we're just gonna commit all the way in right into level 1, which is gonna be enough as iDom earns the lead now in this losers finals, 2-1. You know, sometimes the threat of command grab is even more important than the damage of the command grab itself.
Yeah, we talked about having a layered offense and what that means for, you know, purely defense. Defense, you can only do, you know, so many things, but having so many other things to think about, wow, you know, with some of the added things that these characters have, like, you know, the medal system, it's just another thing that they have to worry about. And Bryan-D says, no big deal for me. Let's get into about half health and let's start the fireball set play.
Alright, slowly pressing the issue, finds the command grab there, I'm sorry, and now having Bryan's back to the wall, a very slight life lead for iDom, and you can see really being the aggressor, really being aggressive with these pokes right at the tip, believing in his own ability to hit confirm, jump in trades, not bad for Bryan, who's OD Sonic Boom. For him. All right.
Here we go.
Did Bryan still pressing the issue? You can do it silently too. I'm just sad I won't get to hear my favorite song. Jump in, nice cross-cut flash kick there from Bryan.
Bryan literally just posturing a little bit, and that's why we leave our enemy a little bit more space so they can make big mistakes like that. The level 3 with less than 1%.
Ooh, that's huge because this is still super doable for iDom. That could have been a massive whiff punish. Now Bryan on the back foot in burnout. Both of them in burnout, but that command grab ought to be enough to do it. Oh my god. Not only did he clinch the round, he didn't have to spend a bar. iDom is on set point with 3 bars and 4 medals. 5 medals, I lied to you. iDom speed running the medal system like he's trying to get all the Olympic medals possible. It's like a Mario Kart PB happening before our eyes. What an anti-air.
Clearly, repeatedly pulling him in. You gotta watch the strike throw, especially. I think another throw here, you might go away forever, my friend. And here we go. Bryan-D trying so hard to just stay defensively postured right here, and literally just see, like, oh no! Hey, oh my god! Flash kicks!
Oh, big check. Level 5 hit grab. Even that's not going to be enough, though, but it's still a one-touch situation. With iDom and burnout and level 2 available, do you get to buffer flash kick out of this? Yes, you do. This is so tough for iDom. But that's the whole level 2. He didn't block the overhead. He had weathered the storm, but he did not let go of down back. And we are going to game 5.
Defensive powerhouse, Bryan-D. And literally weathering the storm, as you said, now in a final game situation in losers finals. iDom has done so well in keeping up the pressure, even though expending all resources have been able to maximize a lot of interactions. And Bryan-D, unfortunately, well, fortunately, has been able to literally just be clutch in a lot of these situations. And once again, iDom getting all of these medals and, you know, like literally making Bryan-D just make sure, yeah, you think about it in the corner, doesn't get the anti-air right here, but making you block. No jump back, but answers with jab, just to make sure that they check the command grab.
iDom elects to hold parry that time, but is not ready with the counter DI. Bryan does choose to commit the level 1 here, wants to even up this life total and put iDom closer to burnout on the back foot. No anti-air there from Bryan either. Life so close. This is such a tight set between these two immaculately talented players right now. Target combo into the overhead, but iDom finds a drive rush confirm and is able to close that out. We are once again on set point here for iDom. But is Bryan gonna find the right cadence, the right counterpose, the right fireball timing, even just the right defensive choice for iDom to burn himself out and Bryan to take advantage of that opportunity?
The iDom footsies have been real powerful, and that's the first time that bypassing fireball move has been blocked. And literally Bryan-D in the corner, another grab, you have them at half health. And honestly, if there was a time that command grab was going to strike right here, no, going to go for the level 2 right here off the standing medium punch, and here we go. Counter DI, it's party time.
That's so brilliant from iDom. First of all, only spending the level 2 so that if he's wrong and the level 3 whiffs, he still has a resource going into the final round, which is not going to be necessary as iDom closes that out. The additional point there was knowing that Bryan was going to make a defensive choice away from from burning out, and you can see it here on the run back. It was always going to be an active choice on Wake Up because Bryan could not afford to just block and get burnt out. So iDom plays, ensures there's a layer 2 setup where he can counter DI and punish Bryan accordingly, and that's the set. iDom gets to move forward to grand finals and play against Crossover RD, who was the one who sent him to losers 3-1 when they played in the losers semifinals. So gonna have to see if iDom's bringing a different energy for this new matchup here, but I think that was the strongest we've seen iDom of tonight, and probably the strongest